Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? And welcome. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. We are going to be playing some Final Fantasy 15 for class tonight, and I hope that you're doing just excellent. We're gonna have a good time as we get going tonight. What's up, potatoes? What's up, lady? Hey, Jedi. How are y'all today? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. What's up, Smith? How you doing? Good to see everybody in tonight. Good to see everybody in. Well, tonight, let's go ahead and get started. Just want to welcome everybody into the chat. Yeah, we're starting on time tonight. You want to know why? Because your boy wants to play some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth later, and so we got to start on time tonight. But also, I changed up all kinds of things in my schedule today so that I could try to be timely tonight. So thanks for hopping in on time. Tonight we are going to be exploring chapters 6 and 7 in Final Fantasy 15. And if this is your first time in or watching the VOD or anything like that, what's up? My name is Wade, aka ProfNoctis. I'm an actual instructor at the University of Alabama, where I teach Judeo-Christian kingship and ancient Near Eastern concepts of sacral kingship through Final Fantasy 15, and that is the topic for tonight. Tonight is what I call kind of the traveling chapters of Final Fantasy 15. Not a lot happens, but we are going to get into some great stuff in Chapter 7. Chapter 6, pretty straightforward. It's a good hang. We're going to hang out with Gladio's sister. But where we last left off, just so everybody is aware, where we last left off, we visited Lestalem, and Iris informed us that Jared, Talcat's grandfather, had been killed by the Empire because he had helped Noctis and his friends, helped harbor them and protect them. And we likened that to the city of Nob with David, in that David visited Nob, and Ahimelech, the priest there, one of the priests there, helped him, gave him food, sacred food, but still food, and a sword, Goliath's sword, to go on his way as he was running away from Saul. And so we talked about that because it's such a very interesting similarity between the Hebrew Bible and the narrative of this game. So, but it's, for our purposes, it's part of the ascension story aspect that we call responsibility. Every king has trials. They reveal who you are and at heart, and they also increase your reputation. Every good king has relationships, and finally, every king has a moment of taking on responsibility. And so tonight we're kind of living in the aftermath of Noctis taking responsibility. He's had a nightmare where he feels guilty, he feels concerned, and if you missed that, it's at the tail end of the last stream. But tonight, that's where we pick up. Noctis stepping into responsibility, like David stepping into responsibility in his kingship. And with that, let's go ahead and let's get started. All right, that's enough for me. Hope you're all doing well tonight. How's your day, everybody? Sounds like everybody's doing pretty good. Okay. Now let's see if your boy can remember how to play this. How to play this game after so much rebirthing all week long, or all weekend long. How am I? I'm doing great. I had a hideous amount of meetings today, and so even though I canceled class for my students so that they could work on a project for class, I've been busy. I've been real busy. Okay, let's get to it. It's time to go road tripping. So we're saying goodbye to Lestalem. Yep, that's not the right button.
Filled her up for you.
Oh, thank God. I was about to say, have we filled up? Because we don't want that problem. Oh, I do have to switch the screens. Thank you so much. Everybody, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's head on to the quest location with our dear friend. No, we have to talk to Iris first. We have to talk to Iris first.
Ready to roll?
I am ready to roll. Let's roll.
Let's get this show on the road.
Lady, I would love to cancel
Morning.
class to play
Who's ready to
Rebirth,
kick
but
some
I
ass?
have not played Rebirth at all today. I played it late last night, but I've been in meetings all day, so that's okay. That's what being a working man's all about. And so, until we can do this full time, you boys gotta work. Man. Yeah, meetings do have me by a chokehold.
It sure doesn't look like any of the cars you see around here.
And it's a lot roomier, too. I can't imagine trying to cram 5 people, including Gladdy, into one of those things. Have you ever ridden in one?
Can't say we have.
There was barely enough room for our luggage. Thank goodness you guys could give me a lift.
Think the others made it to
This game is comfort food for me, y'all.
We'll find out when we
Meetings,
get down.
schmeetings. Yeah. Hey, listen, meetings wait for no one. Not even Rebirth. I am only 15 hours into the game. But since we're kind of talking about Rebirth, for those of you that are my students, let me just tell you there's a new Final Fantasy game out. And it's a remake
Whoa, check it out.
of one that
See
came out in
that?
1997.
That's the Rock of Ravito. I'm like 90% sure.
Oh, nice.
Not 100.
You almost know your stuff.
All thanks to Jared.
But that, this new game, the developers have said that it takes a lot of inspiration from this game, Final Fantasy 15. We can kind of see that with the open world here. And I love that. I think that's what I love about Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Because it really, really
Thank
brings
you
me
for driving
nostalgia
this.
about
Pleasure.
this
Are
game.
you the only one that drives?
I can drive.
So can I. It's not like Iggy's the only one who can drive. He's just the
Only one we can
trust.
trust.
Wow, are they that bad?
Not bad at all, right?
Yeah, I think about it every
Well,
time I'm
there's
in
no
that
way the
open
big
world.
guy's
I'm just
taking
like,
any
man,
chances
it's so
with his
beautiful
little
here.
sister in the car.
Sure you don't need a break?
I'm okay.
You are sandwiched in back there.
Have Prompto suffer instead.
Really, it's fine. No suffering here.
If you say so.
All right. Off we go, round and round. Man, it is just fun to, like, drive around in this game. Also, this song is a certified banger.
I got some bad news, guys.
Me
Oh,
too.
Great. Another floating fortress. Let's pull that up.
Knocked.
Relax. We've got this.
Friends, I will say that most of my students will watch this on the archive. So they may not be in the chat tonight. If they are, hello, welcome. But I'm talking to them as though they're watching live. They're probably going to be watching probably next week over spring
Taking
break.
losses into
Ah,
account?
who am I kidding? They're going to wait
Justice
till
for Jared.
And for Talcott,
2
too.
weeks from now.
Iris, I'll need you to wait here.
All right.
I wouldn't be watching over spring break. Chat, when was the last time that you had a spring break?
Careful, Noct. Only fools rush in. I suggest we review our intelligence and devise a plan.
I suggest we rent a chocobo. Hey, Leanderthal, awesome. Welcome, welcome. 6 years ago, at a rehearsal, but you want to lurk? Thank you for the lurk, Racy. Oh man, Smith, they started with Vals de Fantastica. It is glorious, yeah. Hey, Chrono, where is Chadley? That's the real question. Where's Chadley? I don't even remember how to call a chocobo. I've played so much Rebirth. I tried to press R1. You got 4 days to play Rebirth, and that counted as your spring break. Hey, listen, that's awesome. Hey, Bird, come on. We gotta do better than that. 12 years ago. Nice. The fun thing about being a teacher is that and working at a university is that I also get spring break.
Surprised to see him this far out. Leave no plot of land unconquered.
Those aren't conquering numbers.
Likely building a supply line. It would
I know I could have driven my car. Why not? Why not just ride, you know?
Oh, looks the same as before.
Looks can be deceiving.
We beat him once.
Oh, we learned how to
Easy
kick.
this time.
And neither will we.
Last spring break was in 2007. Yeah, awesome. I love spring break. I love it. I feel like if ever I were to own a business or something like that, and it wasn't like in a port town or something,
She's a big girl.
I would be like, we're gonna take off for spring break. Because we loved that when we were younger. It's just gonna be a boost for employee morale, you know? I feel like that's the way to do it. Oh, you're heading to Orlando and going to SeaWorld. That's awesome. I had a friend that used to work at SeaWorld. She was one of the caretakers for the orcas. Yeah. Rebirth has made me chocobo happy. Okay, well, I guess we can't go in, so how do I get off this thing? Okay. It's not the same buttons, chat. Oh, Noctis, you cannot jump. You cannot jump like I'm used to. Whoa, Lunchbox, you used to work at the stuff with the Shamu Stadium? That's awesome. Oh man, yeah, my friend used to tell me all kinds of stories about the stuff that they would do at SeaWorld, and I had lots of questions about how they would take care of the animals and stuff, and she was in charge of that, so she really was able to shed a lot of light on that for me, and it was awesome. She had some of the best stories, usually of guests. You know what? I am not being stealthy, am I?
Yep. Take this. No, Mr. Nice Guy.
This one's
How about we do one of these? Nice. Good job, Noctis. That was the least stealthy thing you've ever done, but we're okay.
So, what's our plan?
Find the base commander and take him into custody. Targeting metal men will yield little in the way of reconnaissance, but bones bend easily. We'll split into 2 groups of 2. Prompto and Gladio will generate a diversion.
Oh yeah, making a scene's what I do best.
Noct, are you prepared?
I'm very prepared. I was born ready.
Operation To Catch a Commander is go.
You don't have to get ready if you stay ready. Who needs stealth when you can warp? Isn't that the truth? Ah.
The insolence of that up-jumped mercenary. And there is still no word. This cannot be borne. Such behavior besmirches his Radiance's good name.
Hey, chat,
Target. Let's follow him. Seize him on my signal. Stay hidden till then.
So while we are stealthily following this guy, I want to talk about him. So this is Caligo. He is the guy that killed Jared. And so we're wanting to get back at the Empire here. And so we've gone to this base and we found the guy. So if you are familiar with that story of Nob that I shared last time.
Chancellor playing at? I'm no man's fool. He sent Highwind to watch me.
Give me 1 second, chat. I'm changing up some chat options. Okay. But if you are familiar with the story of Nob and the city of and the story of David, then who can tell me the name of the person who killed Ahimelech and the whole town of priests? Do you remember? You may remember from last stream. He was a shepherd of Saul.
It's no mere coincidence she and I meet wherever I go. Claims to trust her as a person. Hollow words from the mind behind the Magitech movement.
The Magitech movement. Yeah, so he was a shepherd of Saul. He was at Nob when he saw Ahimelech help David. And so when Saul was looking for David, he kind of ratted out Ahimelech and the entire city of priests. And that is why Saul said, let's put them all to death. And then this guy ended up putting them all to death.
I may have acted in haste with that impudent steward back in the Stalem, but my mission remains clear. And I'll be damned if that mercenary gets her grubby hands on the prince before Caligo Uldor.
Caligo Uldor. So his name is Doeg, D-O-E-G, or as my class calls him, Doug. Good old Doug. Yeah. D-O-E-G, Doeg or Doug. I will accept both. It's the little nicknames for the biblical characters, right? Still, to this day, like, that story of Nob is one of my absolute favorite stories just because it feels like a side quest in an RPG. It really, really does. And I cannot play the last chapter without thinking about Doeg in the city of Nob. I just think it's too perfect of an illustration. Yeah. I also think that it just really, really helps.
I'll give Highwind one last chance to respond. Stand guard here. If the Commodore arrives, send her through.
It just really, really helps to have this story. Because you can kind of imagine what it would have been like, what that conversation between David and the survivor, his equivalent of Talcott, would have been like, right? Revenge tales, yeah. There's a lot of theological stories that are pretty petty and vengeful, Lunchbox. Yeah. In fact, with the stories of the kings.
Now's your chance, Noct. Close in from behind.
With the stories of the kings, there are a lot of them. A lot of usurping, a lot of... Okay, let's get him. Got him.
You're in fine form. Keep it up. Looks like they've set to work. I'll escort him off the base.
Let's go! Get him, Ignis.
Guess it's time to let loose.
It is time to let loose. Oh, get away from there. Don't let him blow up. Well, he did anyway. Oh.
All kidding aside,
Where you at? Get him! Gladio, you're up! Look at this. The original synergy attacks over here. Okay, who's next?
You ready to blow this place sky high?
Let's blow it sky high. Oh, or let's just operate it. No, let's kill it. Oh no, let's get away from it.
Glad to see you lot were successful.
Does that
Ignis.
mean you weren't?
I placed our captive into the hunter's custody, but I've just been informed he's fled. He lives to die another day.
And I'll gladly help him with that.
To be continued with Doug. Alright, this next character, everybody, I'm going to invite you. Do you think... I don't have one in mind, by the way, but think about any biblical or religious characters that you might be able to find allusions with this particular enemy. What an entrance!
Hey, pretty boy.
We love her. This is Aranea Highwind. She is a hired mercenary from the Empire. A fan favorite character over here. Up she goes. Ow. Pain. Shoot her! Ooh, she dodged. What a dodge. Ooh, she is good. Get up, Noct. Oh, get her in the air. There we go. True story. Come on, Gladio. Yeah. Ooh, she's trying to hit us. Not today. Not today.
Let's see what you can do.
See what you can do.
End of the line.
Oh, here comes her. Oh, she took down the balcony? Seriously? Oh no, I'm hurting. Get up, Noctis, get up. Before she kills Prompto. No, Prompto's dead. Can somebody do this, please? Get her again. Hit her. It's an intense fight. Where'd she go?
Is it that time already?
Bye.
Quitting time. Sorry, but this girl doesn't work after hours.
I love Aranea.
I could, but there wouldn't be a single gill in it for me. Oh, we should play again sometime.
Pretty boy. So I had somebody in one of my classes one time say,
Who was she?
maybe she's like,
I'm still worried about Iris.
I imagine she's fine.
But we shouldn't keep her waiting.
Maybe she's like Jael. 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 From
You're back. Did you kick their asses?
Oh yeah.
All in a day's work.
Hey, mind if I hang in your guys' room for a bit?
from the story of Deborah. Yeah, tent peg jail. I had somebody say, and I was like, why? Why do you say that? And they said, because she comes down on your head with that giant lance thing. And I was like, all right, good enough for me. And she's a powerful woman. Like, I was like, all right, cool. I'm not going to fight you on that one, but it's not a question on the test, but. Noctis is just like killing it with the experience points, and Prompto is not.
Oh,
Okay,
hey,
it's
me.
picture
Not a bad shot,
time.
if I do say so myself.
Not
a bad shot.
It's great. You could be a professional cameraman.
I hold on to the hope.
It's fine. We'll take that one. Noctis looks like he's breaking his neck. Okay. Not great pictures, Prompto. Not great pictures. Even that one is kind of like wild. Delilah from Samson and Delilah. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, that's a pretty picture of Iris. We'll keep it. Add that she changes sides. Yeah, that's fair.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
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 I gotcha.
Where is my car? Still at the gas pump. You really shouldn't do that like overnight. But. All right, we're driving to Cape Cod.
Let's hit it.
Sure. And away we go.
And away we go. Let's listen to, main theme of Final Fantasy VII, obviously. Because it's rebirth time. Even though it's a little rainy.
I could have gone another round.
Given her prowess, you should be glad you.
Oh, I should do a stream in Ignis's voice?
The Loki guy was nothing compared to her.
Though we may not have fared so well without the marshal.
Think things would have gone
morning.
differently if you were here now?
When we do the Ignis DLC, I'll
Maybe we'll
do
get
it
the
in an
chance to
Ignis
find
voice.
out.
Good morning. That's it. I've come up with a new recipe. Smith, yes. Great minds. Ignis voice stream. That chocobo stole my spectacles. He's so funny. Look at this murky day. This is what it's been like at Bama today. Just gray and rainy. Which does, it's kind of the week before spring break. Everybody's kind of gloomy.
Is it me or is this place begging to be explored?
Never been one to turn down an invitation.
If what they say about the Malmalum thicket is true,
Then we might just find what we're looking for.
Hey, chat, it's up to you. Do you want to go to Malmalam Thicket? Would that be something interesting for you? It's the Iris side dungeon. Yeah? Or head on to Cape Cod. Okay, Lunchbox says yes. Let's do it. Yeah, this is a fun dungeon. It's not too terribly long. Since we do have 2 chapters tonight, I'm going to make it a little bit speedier, but... it's
I
unanimous.
don't like the woods.
Same weather
Too
in
many
Boston.
monsters.
Nice,
You
Smith.
kidding? What could be better than roughing it out here?
A million other things could be better.
So
We made
pretty.
it.
Such pretty music. We made it.
Oh,
So let's go.
While you guys were gone, I saw a chocobo run past, and it had a person on its back. Have you guys ever ridden one before?
What?
I bet it'd be super fun.
Funny you should ask.
Noct, call a bird for the lady.
Girl, I got you. Your dreams are about to come true. I mean, not your dream of being with the prince, but definitely a dream of riding a chocobo. Oh, he
Okay,
surprised me.
these birds are freaking adorable.
Look at your cute pinkabo. That is adorbs. A fungin. It reminds me of Funyuns and non-fungible tokens. Get out of the way, Gladdy. Ugh. So this is an optional side thing over there, but I never played Terra Battle, so not Hiso. So new battle music because we are in a new region.
I'll have these guys wiped out before you know it.
Is that so? All right, prove it.
Ah. Let's keep going, everybody. That is great battle music, but I did say a pinkabo.
See you, Slowpoke!
Come on, Iris. Do you chocobo race? Her pinkabo is adorbs. It's an interesting mission. It is. We'll talk a little bit about it. For sure, for sure. Pinkabo is worse than Gladdy Daddy? Oh, I don't think that's worse. Are you kidding me? Gladdy Daddy's... That's the worst.
Earthquakes died down.
Oh yeah, forgot about those.
Everything wants to fight, but we're staying to the road. So, this way, Iris. This way. I like that Iris ran right to the wall there. Oh, that's not the right button.
Thanks for the ride.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Let's put on our rain gear, everybody. Ooh, trendy outfit? No. We definitely want our Patagonia Noctis outfit. And they're already in rain suits. I feel bad because their clothing is not nearly as interesting. That may just be me. Okay, we'll just give him a t-shirt. Iris, can we change your clothing? No? Okay, well. Come on.
Ah, weather clear.
Are you up for it?
I'm down.
Step lightly in here.
There's no telling when to crawl out of the woods.
There we go. Here's that beautiful battle music. This is hype battle music.
You guys kick ass.
You mean it?
Yeah, you look cool doing
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Don't take it to heart.
Is it choppy for anybody else? Oh, I just left. Oops. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, let me know if it's choppy for anybody else. I can try to change a few settings or something.
Wouldn't want to squish some slimy bug and ruin
Mm-mm. There we go. It is? Okay, I'll see what I can do. I will see what I can do.
Victory indeed, when we're all safe.
Let me see if there's anything that I can do about that. Oh, it did. I have no idea. Could be a Comcast thing. Could be any number of things. Vroom. Did I just leave the dungeon again? I love to leave the dungeon. Okay, thank you, Smith. Y'all just keep me updated. Ooh, a thunderbolt.
Find anything rare or exotic yet?
Slow down. We just got here.
You know, these little trophies is fine. They wouldn't be rare.
One fun thing here is that you get Iris's special attacks. It's kind of fun.
Much obliged.
Yikes. That got
Boys?
wrecked.
Everything okay with you?
Nothing to worry about with you guys around.
Yeah, I would say that Comcast is like my final boss. Oh, for the love. Hang on. I want to look at a map. Okay, that looks like the entrance. So once again, I'm going the worst way possible. Okay.
Is that a brook I hear babbling?
A regular river, I'd say.
A regular river.
Think we have time to cast a line?
Sorry, bud. Need you to reel yourself in this time around.
The puns are out of control in this game.
Watch out!
Here you go, Noct.
Oh no, I'm so confused. Don't hit Ignis.
Oh, hi there,
Opening.
Thanks, Lucis.
Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Thank you, Ignis. Iris with the kick. There she goes. Wow. Iris.
Here I am.
Insane. Thank you. We're just keeping a running total for all of Final Fantasy 15.
Careful.
Not. Prompto's in trouble.
I do not like these bees. I don't like them one bit.
Oh, Noct. I was so worried.
I mean, me too,
Don't
girl.
be.
I really thought we were goners. Come on, poisoned Prompto. Hey, what's up, lady?
I know those runes.
It's a sign. We should set up camp.
You're a fortune teller now?
We can rest up or move on. It's your choice.
No, you don't. There we go.
Fine, man.
Blindside, let's go. Nice. Broke.
Here you go, Noct.
That's that.
No mercy.
Whoa, Gladio, you okay? That seemed like intensity. Time to camp with Iris.
Start preparing for supper.
Oh, let me help.
Bow, bow. Doodaloo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, Ignis, why don't you give us increased attack power? That'd be helpful. Kuya, what's up? What's up, my dude? Look at that. That was tasty. A croquet madame. Anybody ever had that in real life? It is a delicious breakfast. Delicious. Oh, a new recipe. Okay, we've got Noctis and Iris.
Hey, isn't what? Just my imagination.
Isn't what? Okay. Oh, there's Pinkabo. What's up, Fitz? How you doing? We're traveling with old homewrecker here, Iris. Oh my gosh, Kuya, yeah. I love the side quests in Rebirth.
Move out.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure I'm going the right way here, and I'm not. So we're gonna go this way. There we go. Fitz, how you been, bud?
The current doesn't carry you away.
I'm not sure my footwear is up to this.
Don't let yourself get pulled in.
Be careful.
There we go. Ah! Tempest. Oh, I lost. Oh yeah, the music here is so good. Iris. Let's go. Gymnast Iris. Crap. Oh no, let me go. Ow.
Oh, hi there, opening.
Whoa, you're starting a teaching job soon. That's awesome. Congratulations. Well, I hope. That's great. Who would have guessed? Oh my goodness. This is not awesome. A Moogle!
Hang in there, Poncho.
Boom. Stabbed Ignis.
You were great, Noct.
Thanks, Iris. I needed that encouragement from you. Yeah, she absolutely nailed the music for this. I don't think so. I think that the Lost was activated when I was lost.
Cold. Freezing cold.
You want to stand under that waterfall and let it toughen you up.
Okay, where
I
are
don't
we?
think that would be good for my camera. Or me.
I want up there. See, I'm trying to play this game like Rebirth, and like the traversal just is not quite the same, is it?
Then we keep going too.
Oh, me too, Smith. I agree.
Well,
Lost is a state of mind, and it is a state of mind that I'm always in. Always. It's just a matter of, am I in denial or
Not
not?
so glad anymore.
Not surprised either.
There we go. So this is the Bandersnatch. That's fun. Let's go ahead and give the elixir. What's up, Zach? How you doing? Certainly less of a detour. Oh, it's certainly a detour from your degree. Yeah. Are you excited about it, Fitz? Like, I know it's a detour, but and less stressful, but I never dreamed I would be a teacher.
Try this.
Oh my goodness, this guy is trouble for me. Iris, kick the Bandersnatch, please. Oh, dude, dodge. Dodge better than that, please. There we go. Yeah, hit him with your stuffed Moogle. Ow, that was painful. That game is addictive, isn't it? It's so good. Gladio, do it!
That's crossing the line.
Sorry.
Come on, Ignis. Yeah, Final Fantasy music always is very, very relaxing, right?
Of course.
Come on, let's go. Okay, now. Oh yeah, is it summon time? It's summon time. Let's go. Let's get this guy. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? It's Rama. Love it. I was hoping it might be Titan, but a natural fit for you. Yeah, you're a good teacher, so I know your students are gonna love you. Heck yeah, that's game. Game, set, match. Game, set, Bandersnatch. Impeccable. Alright, let's get this royal arm. We're alive.
Let's celebrate by eating something dead.
You were great, Noct.
Thanks, Iris. I live for your affirmation. So, in the year of 2024, yeah, I don't have a CD player in my car. I had to go burn a CD for that, or rip it off of the CD. Bandersnatched, am I right? This game really did take summons to a new epic level. I'll say 16 did too, but yeah, what's a CD player? It's like an 8-track player. It's like a record player that fits in your pocket.
Feels good to get it done.
Yeah, almost makes up for the soaked socks and bug bites.
Kinda. So, this is just kind of like a fun side quest. Nothing much here. One thing that is kind of interesting is that the party, they really, their dialogue changes and it becomes a little bit more stilted with Iris around. Definitely kind of Big Brother vibes to Iris. How many of you have seen the Brotherhood anime? If you're in my class, we're going to be watching that in a couple of weeks once we get back from spring break. But, people know vinyls more than CDs. They do. Yeah, you've seen it? Awesome. It's so good. It's only like an hour to watch all of them. I really, really do love that. All right. There's that croquet, madame. But it's pizza time. It's pizza time. Yeah. One of my favorite things about the Brotherhood anime series is the Gladio episode. You really get some insight about Iris and how this just a scene. Iris is talking up Noctis and Noctis is just playing on his phone. Boy, that's a vibe. He's playing with his pals. Iris just wanting to be included, you know. You got a combo record player, CD player, cassette player, radio, and Bluetooth? Holy crap, that's awesome. I love that. No, that's not a midlife crisis. That's practical. Oh, look at sweet Eris. Yep.
Wow.
What a good picture. We'll keep that one. Oh, just the leg of the Bandersnatch, really. Noctis running away from Eris. That's good. Fitz, yeah, I think the anime. Oh, are you kidding me? That's. Don't show Luna.
Gang's all here, see? Us?
Brotherhood really is the best part of the extended universe of 15. I think. I love it. It's fun. They didn't have to do it. You get the story of the characters, but
Let's hit it.
I love
Sure.
that they did.
The hunt is on.
Come on, Eris. Last time for a limit breaky thing. We did it.
Good.
You two are a couple of beasts.
Sure are.
Speak for yourself.
Sure. I love these guys.
And on we go. Right.
How are we?
I am hitting the wrong buttons because I'm swapping between games. Holy smokes, that's bad.
Thanks.
Okay.
Times.
Enough talk.
Okay, we're not done yet. Okay. I need to up my equipment here. Because I am not doing super well right now. I just need to upgrade my equipment. Got the whole show of episodes rather than just 5. Yeah, I wish that we had like a full season. That would have been really good, wouldn't it? That'd have been awesome. I would have watched it. I'm not a big anime fan,
Boys?
historically,
With you?
Nothing
but I
to worry
really
about with
enjoyed
you guys
that.
around.
I think for me, like, in order for me to watch something like that, I have to already care about the characters, you know? Because, yeah, I don't know. Some of the tropey anime stuff I don't super love. Now, there are some slice of life animes that I like. What is that one? Love is War? I do like that one. That's a really fun one. That one makes me laugh. But it is like the only one that I watch. Gladio, run over here. Get him. Which side are you on? Let's go.
How do you find time to take pictures in the middle of a fight?
I've never seen Demon Slayer. No,
If I don't,
I haven't.
no one will.
I mean, would that be a problem?
I found it's just better to let him do his thing.
I've had friends that have tried to get me into anime. It just has never worked. All right, to Cape Kaim now. Okay. All the way down the mountain here. Let's just warp strike. Let's go. Nice. You know, I don't. And I really need to. Probably do that before the next chapter. It's been so long since I've played a new game on this, because I've always been like max level on my on my PlayStation.
Hostiles on your right.
That yeah, I just forget that we even have a leveling system like that. So I need to hop in and do that. Ugh. What are we doing? Walking like fools.
Freezing.
Bad weather.
It'd be nice to go underground. Easy now.
Is that the only other option? To be out in the cold weather or go underground? We're flying. We are flying. Yeah. I'm open to it, yeah. I could watch Demon Slayer. What was the other one that I watched? You're right, Fitz. Fitz is the one that showed me Love is War. Hiso.
Our encounters with the Chancellor seem more than mere chance.
See that guy everywhere. I've seen enough of him.
I've seen enough of him. Alright, let's get to the car. Demon Slayer slaps. Okay. I hear ya.
We'll meet again.
To Cape Cayam.
Morning. Who's ready to kick some ass?
Vinland Saga, okay. What do I think about the 14 quest? I like it. I like the Garuda stuff. I think it's really cool. We don't really discuss it in my class, but it's neat. Car! So chat, good time as any to kind of explain what's happening. We're going to get, we are going down to Cape Cayam to meet up with Talcott, who's already been taken down there, and we are going to go sailing to Altisha. That is the goal. Someone showed you One Punch Man, which is an insane choice for someone new to anime. Yikes. Hey, listen, we like what we like.
Are you guys excited to visit Altisha or what?
We're so excited,
I'm
Iris.
so jealous.
We're not going on vacation.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Iris?
Something wrong?
What? No, I'm fine. I'm not jealous. I just had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. But that'll all be in the past once we hit Cayam.
What are you talking about?
We can hang out anytime, right? Yeah.
I mean, we could hang out, Iris, but also... Look at that dirty car. We need to get it washed.
Let's pull over for a sec.
No, let's
come?
not.
I gotta give the driver a break every now and then.
We don't.
Say so. Wonder why no one ever thought of that before.
Because no one ever had a little sister along for the ride.
We are not pulling over. Gladio, we do not have time for this. No, we are not stopping just because Gladio needs to stop.
Smells like there's salt in the air.
Sea breeze. We're on the water.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. It's beautiful.
Picture perfect.
Beautiful. It's so pretty. This game is so pretty. Even like, what is this, 8 years later?
Get a load of this beautiful view. Yeah,
Gosh, I love it.
like something out of a dream.
Just don't fall asleep on me.
Just a stunning world. I love it. Gladio should have taken the rest stop back in Lestalem, or, you know, at the Malamam Thicket or whatever.
Wow. Look at that bridge up ahead.
Some piece of work right there.
The rivers run wide out here,
Piece
so
of
bridges
work.
run long.
Guess I'll see it when we cross.
So like I said, everybody, there's not a ton in this particular chapter. This is a traveling chapter. In the next chapter, we do have some interesting things that we're going to get into.
Want to get a closer look?
I don't, Iris. Iris, for the love, we are not stopping. We are going straight to our destination. We have students that are watching this
So,
on
You're
YouTube,
the one doing all the cooking.
and we have got
More or less.
Gladdy?
got to get to the destination. They do not want to prolong their homework.
On occasion.
What occasion?
I do my part. I always set the table.
I always set the table.
That's some arrangement you guys have here.
I have seen Cowboy Bebop's first
This
episode.
the place?
Sure is. Thanks for the lift, Ignis.
My pleasure.
Can't wait to see my buddy Talcott.
My buddy Talcott. As we pull in for some gas. Oh, Lord.
That was a tight squeeze.
Sorry for cramping your style.
Calm down. I'm just kidding.
Not my fault you're too big for the back seat.
Siblings, chill. Okay, let's mosey on up here.
Whoa, pretty impressive lighthouse.
What say we head on up?
Ought to be a nice view, if a bit blustery.
What's
Well,
up?
look who it
Yes,
is.
y'all. Recognize the purr of that engine anywhere.
Thanks for the ride. It
You're
was
so
fun.
welcome, Iris.
How's the boat?
Pawpaw's tinkering away. Reckon he'll be tinkering for some time.
Trouble at sea.
Seen her share by the looks of her. Some
Cindy.
parts we can fix, others need replacing.
Cindy, walk faster.
Don't y'all worry. Pawpaw ain't going nowhere till the job's done. Parts
Okay,
won't
come on.
fetch themselves.
You gonna follow
though.
me?
Was
Come-
kinda hoping y'all wouldn't mind helping out with that.
We're at your disposal.
Yeah, they nailed the sibling dynamic between Gladio and Iris. Bow, bow, bow. Yeah, you know, if Gladio, I mean, it's not exactly the same, but if Gladio is kind of like a Uriah, like one of David's mighty warriors, that sort of thing, and Iris is connected to him, not in the same way, but we've already said that she's a homewrecker, so maybe it's Bathsheba. Though Bathsheba's not really the homewrecker. David is more the homewrecker with Bathsheba. Okay, hello.
To tell the truth, we already got a couple hands on deck. Dustin and Monica. Those two have been real swell. Managed to gather just about everything we need.
I need you to
depend
go
on the
faster,
Crownsguard.
Cindy. Come on.
Trouble is, they ain't had much luck finding a certain something by the name of Mithril. Apparently, the stuff's hard to come by around these parts. At least according to the little fella from the city.
Talcott?
You betcha. Sharp as a tack, that one. Could tell y'all more about the stuff than I could.
I'll be sure to ask.
Pawpaw's down on the dock.
Oh.
Now, if y'all'll excuse me, I'm gonna grab my tools and ski-daddle. Got a garage to
Ski-daddle.
look after.
Prince Noctis! Hey! Our house is over here! Right this way!
Talcott. He is growing into such a fine young man. He's really made it out of mourning and grief really
I
well.
think Miss Cindy might have told you already, but she needs a very special kind of ore called mithril to fix the boat.
In
Remember
that
the
case.
waterfall? I read in Grandpa's notebook, there's some ruins near a lake just north of there. It said you'll find mithril inside.
Talcott loves a waterfall. That's what I've learned. Gotta speak to Iris now.
About that lake. Pretty sure he was talking about the Vesper Pool. I asked Monica to look into it, and she told me the road leading there's under Imperial lockdown. You'll want to be prepared for anything. So, how's that coming along?
I would like to go.
Yeah, just give us a second.
Okay. I'll be inside then.
Okay, chat, that is the end of chapter 6, believe it or not.
So, yeah, gonna have to ask you to handle this boat business without me.
Say what?
I got some business of my own to deal with.
Sounds like he wants to fly solo for a bit. We're gonna let him go.
Do your thing. Not like we could stop you anyway.
That's
you know
true.
me too well. Well, see you around, guys.
Go enjoy your DLC. We'll be with you on Thursday. Okay. Oh, our final pictures with Iris. Any good pictures here? Oh man, they're all kind of the same pictures, aren't they? Except for Gladio by a well. Okay, everybody, this next Iris is Michael. She was all about David, but David wouldn't marry her without a decent incentive. You know what? I could buy that as well. I could buy that. So, everybody, before we get into it, this next chapter, we're going to be covering a few different things. But as kind of a preface to this next chapter, we are without Gladio, but we are going to pick up another character. And the theme of this particular chapter is all about what I would call liminal space. Does anybody know what the word liminal means? Anybody know what liminal means? When I define liminal space, I think of it as kind of an in-between space. Like it's not really, kind of like the liminal space in a doorway, right? Which room are you in said doorway? Are you in the living room, or are you in the hallway or the bathroom, or whatever it is? You're kind of in this both and sort of thing. So in a liminal space, you're kind of in this in-between sort of state. Transitory, right? It's transitory. It's kind of in between. Constantly travel through, but don't necessarily linger. Okay, that's exactly right. You know, it's like an in-between state that you are usually using to transition into a new spot. It's not a place that you linger in. But this chapter is all about liminal space. Now, physically, we are going to encounter a dungeon that exists in what we would call liminal space. And it is meant to subvert basic expectations. It's meant to subvert what you would anticipate in this dungeon. And when we are encountering characters, we need to be asking that same question about them. How are they in a transitory space? How do they exist in between categorization? They're in a liminal category of their own. I want you to be thinking about that, at least at this point in the story. Remember, we're only focusing on chapter 7 right now and all the chapters that came before it. How are these characters that we're going to meet in this chapter in liminal, in-between categories and spaces? And with that, let's get back to it. I'm very excited about doing Gladio's DLC. I think that I'm going to give you an appreciation for what they're doing in Gladio's DLC in a new way on Thursday. So make sure that you're hanging out with us then. It's going to be a lot of Babylonian and ancient Near Eastern mythology. Ah, Luna. Bless her. I received the blessing. Thank you, Luna. That hair, she has very styled it. Very much stylish. So she's already at Altisha. Meanwhile, several days later, and never filled it up.
The waterfall cave was right around
Maybe they
here.
have multiple.
That means the lake should be somewhere north of here.
Be wary, though. Where we go, the Empire seems to follow.
That's true. Party of 3. Heading to Stylef Grove. Yeah, they just put stickers in the book, it looks like.
What happened to under Imperial lockdown?
They all but turned the key and left the gates open for us, as if awaiting our arrival.
Let's
And
go
if anyone's
to...
waiting for us,
This is good.
I bet it's that guy.
Chancellor Izunia.
Can't complain, as long as he lets us in.
Who's to say he'll let us out?
Who's
Not
to
to mention
say?
we're a man down. Would that the Marshal were with us.
Oh yeah. Whatever happened to that guy?
As I understand it, he's put his tomb raiding on hold to help the hunters take care of some
Tomb
troublesome
raiding.
beasts.
No rest for the immortal.
This is a fun song to drive to. This feels like Gran Turismo right now. Let's drive off
What
here.
do you say we take a souvenir shot?
What if you say no?
I think not.
Oh man.
We are busy. Oh, here we go. Winding road. Chad, did you know that you can absolutely ruin your car by crashing it in this game? Bada 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 bada. Yes, you did. Ah, there's a campground right there.
Everybody out.
Everybody out. Alright, this is one of my favorite dungeons in the game.
Old girl could really use a car wash.
And
Well,
then we'd
she's-
best stop at the nearest petrol station.
She's getting a car wash right now. Not speaking from experience. Do I intend to go to Meldacio at any point? Maybe. Tell us a little bit about Meldacio in the chat, Smith. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts on it. I've got the official works book. It's not in front of me right now, but I would be very curious what makes you bring that up.
We must be doubly cautious. Right. No gladio, no room for error.
No gladio, no room for error. That's something we could probably do in the chapter 8 stream.
Thanks for the ride.
Thank you, Chocobo friend.
Jay,
Oh, there he
what a
is.
pleasant surprise.
Ugh. Told you he'd be waiting.
With my imperial friends, no less.
Splendid.
But fear not. I'll put in a good word. Well, come along then. Don't stray too far, lest you get left behind. And surely, you'd rather avoid unnecessary scuffles. Seeing as you're now a trio. Oh dear. Touchy subject.
One we won't discuss with you.
Then let's discuss why you're here. It can't be archaeology. Mithril, perhaps?
This guy's reading our thoughts.
Mithril. It's a precious resource, you see.
Precious
We can't
resource.
just let anyone get their hands on it.
But you'll help us get ours on it, right?
I never said that.
David's Cave Stronghold. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Where is the fun?
That's a
in
good
that?
idea, Smith.
I thought you'd rather dig it up yourselves.
Oh, we're taking this path? Okay.
Fear not. I'll be but a moment.
It's Aranea.
What?
Beats me.
All clear. Go ahead. Alas, the ever-wary military. They'll not abide visitors left unattended.
Queen.
I must prevail upon you to accept an escort. I've seen to everything.
Let's
So,
chat here for
You're
a
the
sec.
new recruits they sent over for special training.
Prompto's goth
Nice
girlfriend.
cover,
Yeah,
Roy
kinda.
Prince.
Nice cover. I'm gonna ask my friends.
Thanks.
Oh, come on.
At ease, recruits. There's nothing in it for
we
this
love.
ex-mercenary to turn you in.
Oh, good. I'm glad they earned some experience
Let's
points
get
for
this
that.
show on the road.
Thanks!
Forgot about your training? Well, I'm being paid to escort you. Just watch yourselves in there.
I trust you'll be civil. Commodore Aranea Highwind, I leave them to you.
Search until sundown. Won't do you any good. If you're looking to get inside, you're gonna have to wait.
So we should wait until sundown.
Hold down the fort.
We will.
Hold down the fort.
You got it, Lady A.
What kind of place was this? Any idea, Ignis?
None.
Gee, I wonder what happened to the locals.
Why not head inside and look for them?
Look at this rain. Oh my gosh.
Illuminate!
You're such a nerd.
Guys, look!
Some kind of light.
The entrance?
What else could it be?
All right, just outside, we have got this manuscript that talks a little bit about this place, Stylif Grove. Here's what it says. Stylif Grove, and we actually read this in my class, and it really kind of gives us an idea of a few different things. So I'm going to read it, and we're going to think through what this means from a kind of history standpoint. It says, a stone mausoleum built by the ancient people of Solheim, who saw fire as a sacred symbol of life. So when we think about Solheim, here's what I want us to think about, everybody. Solheim was essentially a first civilization. Let me zoom in here on my scale. It's essentially a first civilization. I want you to think of like Garden of Eden. I want you to think of early Genesis stories from the Bible or the Torah, Genesis through Deuteronomy. And Solheim is essentially, it's that first original creation of people. Think of it as a paradise of sorts. Anyway, here's what it says. The people of Solheim saw fire as a sacred symbol of life. Okay, very Prometheus-esque, but it's also a symbol of power for them as well. So, sacred symbol of life. The people paid homage to their patron saint, Ifrit, at the Rock of Ravito. That's the volcano that Iris pointed out earlier. And recent academic studies suggest the people's devout faith was a driving force behind the advancement of their civilization. So we continue. If one were to hypothesize, this is so important, if one were to hypothesize that water in turn symbolized death among the people of Solheim, well, then it stands to reason that they established their space for venerating the souls of the lost behind an ancient lake, an enormous lake, the Vesper Pool. You with me? So there's this distinction of water is death and fire is life. Make sense? Those brave enough to enter the tomb have reported a wide variety of traps, presumably laid to deter grave robbers. More interesting, however, is the design of the mausoleum itself. The emphasis on water and fluidity seem to support aforementioned theories about Solheim's conception, the Solheim civilization's conception of life and death. So, what did I say? This chapter is all about liminal space. It's about fluidity. It's the fluidity of water, of death, fire, life, the fluidity of maybe good and moral ethics, and evil and immoral ethics. It's kind of the siding of things. Noctis, at this point in his journey, is in this in-between state where he's beginning to wonder, is what I'm doing really worthwhile? How many people have to die in order for things to be made right? If you think about the body count that he has at this point, it's the entire, for his own safety, right? It's the entire city of Insomnia. It's his father. It's Claris, Gladio's dad. It's now Jared. And he's wondering how many more. And so the question is, who's right and who's wrong in all this? And so that's kind of the theme of where we are. Even though we're talking about this fluidity in this dungeon, we're talking about a larger fluidity here. Then there's the nature of Aranea's mercenary work. That has the potential to be fluid. Additionally, with Ardyn. My class and I continue to discuss what Ardyn's motives are. Is he like helping us? Because he seems helpful at times, but is he good? We're not really ready to say that. So like, is he good or bad? Like, there's a fluidity to him. And so what is all of this? And indeed, are there characters that are not fluid in their goodness and their badness or whatever it is? So this chapter examines that sort of thing, and I think that it's an underrated chapter for that reason. With that, let's go on in. And I want to describe, about halfway through, we're going to do another mini lecture, because I think this chapter has some great stuff in it. Let's go. Yeah, that's right, Amy. Those are Biggs and Wedge back there. We'll get to know them a little bit more in chapter 12.
Knew there was something not quite right. Gotta follow your gut sometimes.
Yeah, we'd be lost.
Let's do it.
Aren't we eager?
And in we go.
Those guys your friends or something?
You appeared to be on good terms.
Who? Biggs and Wedge? They're more subordinates than they are friends.
He is
I trust
Smith,
them all
yeah.
the same.
Collecting mithril.
Man, how far does this go?
Yet a ways still.
Finally! I thought it'd never end. The people here, they must have been fit. Who left the lights on?
Before we do any of that, let's get some new gear for our dear Noctis. Of the pious, that'd be good. I'm actually pretty happy with all that. Maybe the Axe of the Conqueror would be stronger. But I think we're mostly okay. Though his regular Prince Fatigues gives him better HP. Definitely him. Prompto, you gotta stay in that. Actually, I just like him better in his fishing
Owners
gear.
are still home.
No.
I doubt we can expect a warm welcome.
Indeed. Stay sharp.
You think it's an ambush?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Nothing of note
Just
here.
a load of nothing.
Just a load of nothing. Because they're all over here.
Say your prayers.
This is a wonderfully confusing dungeon, by the way. There we go.
Tread lightly.
Damn, you're badass, Art. Maybe this way?
Yeah, it does, Smith. It for sure does. Yeah, nothing is worse than Castlemark when it comes to getting confused and lost and all that kind of stuff. That is absolutely the truth.
Man, all these
Hey,
rooms.
don't wander off.
Don't wander off, Prompto. Still nothing in here. Nope, not yet. Come this way, everybody. Now we go this way. Yeah, there we go.
Well, this place has seen better days.
So, basically you could fall on our heads without warning?
Yeah, so watch your step.
Oh, hi there, opening.
We're in Stylift Grove. Stylift Grove.
We needn't waste more time.
Yeah.
How's everyone?
Good. How about you?
Just chipper.
All good, all good.
Chop chop. How about this?
There we go.
Take this.
Never miss.
You're up.
Oh, hi there, opening. No! Come on! Ignis! And then the Reaper. Oh. I don't love the Reaper. Got it.
And that's that.
Let's keep moving.
Beautiful.
Fight, fight, fight. Oh, here we are.
That is pretty neat.
Look up.
Excuse me,
The
Ignis.
water's surface.
Wait, what? Does this mean we're underwater? Whoa. There's even fish.
The hell is this place? Huh. Can we truly be submerged?
It does seem harder to breathe.
Like seeing a dream.
Gladio is seriously missing out.
Probably not his thing. No, you can never tell.
So chat, I mean, this is exactly right. When we're talking about fluidity, this is perfect, right? This is the idea that are they underwater or are they above water? But if you take the civilization of Solheim's own kind of mysticism into play, their own philosophies, they are in a state of, is it life or death? Instead, they're in this kind of fluid state where they are submerged underwater, yet they're not. And if water symbolizes death, then they are kind of in this in-between space of life and death, which is really, really interesting. Certainly for the discussions of fluidity of good and evil and liminal space. It's great stuff. The Upside Down, yeah, sure. Is that a Stranger Things reference? Yeah. Gotta kill the creme brulee. Toronto.
Hi there, opening.
Mind if I finish this one off?
I'm loath to make a lady in her own hands.
Little late for that.
Ow.
Nothing to it.
Not too shabby.
Did you see this?
I did. I got it, Ignis.
Huh. Something bothers me about this spot.
What is it?
Have we been this way?
Something overlooked?
Not. Can I just...
It'll hold you. Famous last words.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Demons, till death do us part.
Practicing your vows?
The army swore their oaths a long time ago.
If there's any dessert that represents liminality, it's creme brulee. Is it burned? Is it frozen? Is it sweet, savory? Amazing. So notice, Aranea is commenting on some of the enemies that we're fighting here. She says, demons till death do us part. And then she's talking about their relationship to the Empire. Let's keep going. She's going to explain this in very subtle ways throughout this dungeon. Again, important context and storytelling, not in a cutscene. So we got to listen carefully to Aranea.
Seek here?
Specimens. And we're stuck harvesting them.
Specimens?
Demons.
So they're harvesting demons. That's why the Empire is here. That's why Aranea has brought
the army
them.
and demons.
What do you think it is?
Nice. I love guessing games.
I love guessing games. This looks like a battle arena.
Thing I need now.
Eyes peeled, mouth closed.
Cygnus! Immaculate. We're on the same page. Couldn't stop.
Ow. Creme brulee is yummy. It just can't decide what it is, you know?
How's everyone?
Good.
So good.
Just chipper.
So good, Aranea.
Turns out the Empire makes weapons out of them.
Weapons?
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen your share by now.
So, are we tracking, chat? They're here searching for demons. They're harvesting demons. They're gathering DNA specimens, and they're turning them into weapons. Let's keep going. She's got more to say.
Something not quite right with the Empire lately.
It's not just lately.
True. Maybe it's time I left.
Really?
So again, Aranea, is she with the Empire? Is she not? She's having a change of heart and conscience.
What would you do if you left the army?
Whatever I want. I was a mercenary once. Maybe I'll round up my men and hunt demons for cash?
Well, that's a heck of a plan.
I'll tell you more about that after the stream, honey bun.
Let me give the orders this time.
No! Oh, not that button. Oh. Ignis.
Gotcha.
Active hubris on both God and man. That's creme brulee for you, or baked Alaska, excuse me. Sorry, I'm fighting creme brulee.
And that's that.
Let's keep moving.
Okay, let's go. Let's
What
go.
about the Empire strikes you as not quite right?
The Emperor and new High Commander, for starters.
Oh, listen
Then
to
there's
this.
that charmer of a Chancellor. I really can't stand that guy.
Is it safe? Not everything's gonna... Whoa. What? Did something collapse?
Everything collapses. Oh yeah. This is the Noctis fit that I would absolutely wear. I've got a nice fisherman hoodie vest that I love. I need to wear it on stream. Hey, Specs. There we go. And again, you know, kind of with the fluidity and the liminal space, notice we're fighting things that should be dead, but they're alive. You know, it's not just because it's a tomb, but it's all part of the reason or the theme.
Aw, thanks.
Okay, now
Smell
for the
that.
part I
Smell
hate.
what? Treasure. The nose, dude.
Nose.
Now that you mention it.
Let's not forget our purpose here.
These corridors, I hate them.
Let's do this.
Well, here we are.
Yeah. Knocked another one out. Ow. High wind. Let's go. Look at her go. Bam. Get him, Aranea. Get him. Why are we summoning Rama? We're doing fine.
Nothing to it.
Not too shabby.
Okay, back upstairs. Dragoons are too cool. So, funny lore about Aranea. We can kind of look at her really quick. While it is very well documented that I am not a fan of the companion retconned ending book, one thing that it does do for us is it explains a little bit of her her weapon. So let's see if I can get it in the picture here. No, she doesn't have it. Anyway, her weapon is a kind of an engine lance that when she flips a button, it will shoot her up into the sky. That's how she's able to jump up so high. Hey, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think it's one of the cooler things that's in that book, for sure. Okay, now, let's go in this room. Is this the room I hate? No.
We're outnumbered. I propose we take them out one by one.
Could you propose a way to finish this faster?
Yeah, like a weaponized pogo stick. That's actually kind of a great way of thinking about it. With a giant blade on the end.
On your mark, Noctis.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think that it would have hurt anything if we had gotten episode Aranea, to be honest. But what they did with the final two episodes, with episode Luna, no spoilers to anybody, and episode Noctis, I can't say I'm a fan thematically. Adding that to your Christmas list? Good Christmas, yeah. You'll shoot your eye out, but, you know. Oh, how I hate this dungeon. Because, see, I just followed the pathway, and now I'm down on the floor. Let's open this one.
Not a fan of mushy desserts.
I'm not a fan of mushy desserts either, not. Prompto. Yes, I am absolutely lost, Jedi. I'm absolutely lost. That was a good call there. That was a good call.
How's
I
everyone?
am very lost.
How about you?
Just chipper.
Just chipper. Alright, let's go back upstairs. We got a mithril shaft, so it wasn't a lost cause. Though we were lost. Yeah, I think that you're right. All of these corridors kind of look the same to me. If I remember right... I think it's over here, actually. I think I need to go over here. Is this the one? Yes! I knew that. Just warp strike back, buddy. Yeah, I agree completely.
Livelier by the second.
We don't even cover Dawn of the Future in my class, actually. Ow!
Getting by.
Come on, Aranea. Yeah, as long as it's just like a what could have been sort of thing, like that's fine. It's like what Marvel's What If. But to me, and again, I'm not going to talk about this until the end of the game, but there's beauty in the end of the game as it currently stands. So. Weird that the creme brulee outlived. I like the book. I just don't like what they did in the book. It was fun to read, I guess. But in my opinion, this is a perfect ending. But we'll get to it. No need to talk about it right now. Putting it forth as a valid alternate ending, that was my critique of it as well.
Never too many stairs. I got a bad feeling about this. Stairs they go on.
I guess. Yeah, glowing praise from me.
He's gone.
Absolute glowing praise. Run! Ah, transitory floors. Is this the room I hate? No. Yes, yes. No, it's one of them. Robdo!
Oh, hi there, open.
Yeah. We can't talk about the ending just yet. And I know people have their critiques of this ending, but I don't know. Thematically, it just makes perfect sense. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that for sure. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that at all right now.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, and for everybody, like, if you are kind of new to this game, then what I'll say is, like, right now we're having a good time. We're making some fun little Bible and mythological allusions all throughout. But everybody, where we are going in this game, starting in chapter, I would probably say 9, it becomes less of a bachelor party vibe with your friends. I am getting destroyed here. And it's much more like we are really going to be digging in to some very specific instances. Very similar to like Knob of last stream.
Rough day, Prince?
That level.
I can't handle.
Good. I'd be worried otherwise.
Crap. Oh my gosh. Go back. Go back.
What?
Yep. Thank you, goddess. Wrong way. Good. At least it didn't make me fight it again. Okay. Look at us now.
A place to cross, huh? We've come to the bridge, so now we cross it.
What's wrong?
Yep.
Oh, nothing.
Let's go. Right.
That's absolutely true, lady. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the Bass Pro Shop that my brother goes to frequently. Okay, here we go. Some power of provision here. Da, 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 da. I guess they just want to swim. Or maybe they wanted to go into some liminal space. Underwater, you know? That's what I call divine intervention.
Just say when.
Just say when. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, nothing surprises me, to be honest. Alabama really wants to be like Florida. Still waiting on that Prof vinyl. Oh, you want?
Crossroads.
You want that single.
Whichever way leads to the treasure.
If only we knew that.
Well, guess we bumble on.
Keep it bumbling.
Oh, we bumble on, don't we? We are bumbling bros here. There we go. Get up. Ignis!
And that's that.
Let's keep moving.
Thanks so much, Jedi. Yeah, we've just got one small lecture bit that we're gonna do momentarily, just after we beat the boss, I think, and then it's over for the night. Oh my goodness, that was a bad choice. Ignis! Yeah, me too, Smith. I love that. Oh, ow! That was painful. Good thing we got potions. This next room is my least favorite room in this dungeon. Ow, you jerk.
Be done. That's the end of that.
Showing some promise.
I did not know that. First I'd heard of that. Aranea, prompto. Okay. Yeah, anybody else? Stay close, friends. Stay close. So I really don't want us to have a problem here. Oh my goodness. Let's just high elixir ourselves. We're struggling.
Get your asses out of here, all of you.
Woo! Ooh, good grief, I do not like this room.
Watch out!
Come on, Aranea, do it. I had not seen that news about that. That's craziness. Was that in Alabama, Jedi? The fact that I imagine it could be. Oh, hi there. Opening. Oh, Northern Texas. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I miss all of the chats. Oh, hi there. Opening.
These bastards keep getting stronger.
They sure do.
Gotta nip the danger in the bud. The Empire's no exception.
We for real do. How about a high potion here?
Right on.
Maybe a an antidote. ProfNoctis. Okay, everybody, we're good. Everybody in here with me? The Florida Man Challenge. A little bit of Florida in all of us.
Temper, temper.
Temper, temper. Okay, you first. You first, everybody. Okay, now, careful. Careful. Oh, we did it. Okay, so here's the thing. That last room that we were in, it's possible to get stuck in there without your party. That's why I was moving so slowly. Because I hate being stuck in there just Noctis. It is horrible. Absolutely horrible. So now we're here for the boss. I'm gonna let my my MP return. Maybe let's go ahead and help out. We can't help them out actually. A muscle stimulant. That'd be good for Noctis. Okay.
Oh, spacious.
Let's do it.
So gonna be a big nasty here.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Okay, let's do this. All right, everyone. This monster is called Quetzalcoatl. He is a constant sort of enemy in a lot of Final Fantasy games, but more than that, he is an Aztec deity. I want to talk to you about Quetzalcoatl right now because he's kind of interesting. He appears as a feathered serpent to the Aztecs. He also, in Aztec mythology, he plays a role in creation. And one of the things that he specifically, Quetzalcoatl is in charge of, is the separation of sky and earth. It's very, very similar to some of the Genesis narratives of, say, in Genesis chapter 1, when God creates the land, right? And it says that in the beginning there was there was God, right, and there was chaos, is the insinuation, and God begins to speak and form with the voice. Moments kind of draws out of existence different separations and categorizations. So the first thing that God says is let there be light, and brings light into darkness and separates light from darkness. Then we begin to have waters gathered around under the earth, and then we have waters separated above. So it's almost like a dome, like a snow globe sort of dome diagram. Okay, this is the way I described it in my classes, where there's like this dome of air that's called sky, and there's water beyond the dome, and there's water that is the grounding of that snow globe, but there's like this existence that's like a dome. Are you with me? Okay, the reason that's important is because the land and all this kind of stuff begins to form in the bottom. God says, let there be land, let dry ground appear, let animals, let vegetation, all this kind of stuff. And in the sky, in the dome of the sky, we're going to put stars, we're going to put celestial bodies, moons, all this kind of stuff up in the sky to mark the seasons. And ultimately, this results in the chief categorization between life forms, plants, animals, and humanity. And humanity bears the image of God. And ultimately, for our purposes of kingship, we've talked about how kings are called the, quote, son of God and son of man in the ancient Near Eastern tradition. And that's the idea of this one represents fully that image of God. Now, that's also laid over all people, but that image of God is really, really important for the king. So that dome, by the way, is really, really important because when it comes to the flood narrative, which is also found in the Epic of Gilgamesh, all that stuff, in that dome, God creates openings in that dome where water, the water of chaos above the dome, begins to seep and fall through, okay, in the form of rain. And that's how the flood narrative begins to happen, that chaos rises in the world. And there's a boat that kind of it helps keep things safe. And then the waters or the chaos recedes again. Really, really interesting stuff for that. So with Quetzalcoatl, we have this creation god of sorts that is that is similarly separating things: air, land, water, all that kind of stuff. Very, very similar stuff. And what a great choice for the boss of this dungeon. The liminal space god. The god that creates categories and somehow exists in the midst of them. I think that's a really interesting, smart sort of thing that most people wouldn't really pick up on, but chat, you know now. And I think that's a really, really neat thing. Now, let's see if I can kill him. So that'll be fun. Back to it. And here he is. There it is.
Let's do this.
He is very cool looking, right? A lot of craziness happening, though. Oh, no, you don't. Got a lot of legs for a feathered serpent. Hand of bacon. I do have some. Can you ask me again at the end of chat? Because I am gonna forget, because I'm trying not to die from the god of comparisons. What an amazing air battle I'm in right now, by the way, chat. How cool is this? Let's send Aranea in. The dragoon against the giant dragon. Yeah! Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Nice one, Aranea. Oh my gosh! Looking like a professional Noctis. That was awesome. I may have my copy of the book that I want to share.
Let's celebrate by eating something dead.
Not too shabby.
That was easy. Mithril ore.
That concludes our business here.
Say, Commodore.
Aranea.
Here it is.
You said the Empire uses demons to make weapons?
Listen, you've seen Magitech troopers, right?
MTs.
They're born from demons in a lab.
Born from demons.
Darkness is coming. If I were you, I'd watch my princely ass. Kingly ass.
Will do.
Okay, so chat, there is something I want to chat about right now before we finish up this chapter. And it's based on all of the side conversations. All of the side conversations that Aranea has had with us. So, if we were to go back into all the things that she has told us about here. Let me pull up something really quick for us. If we were to go back into all the things that she's told us about in this chapter, well, she's mentioned why the Empire's there. What are they doing? They're searching for demons. They're harvesting demon DNA. And they are using demons to make weapons. And here we get the final piece. They're using DNA from demons to create MTs or Magitech troopers. In fact, she says they are born in a lab. Now, I'm going to share something with you now that we will not get into until much, much later, into the episode Prompto DLC. No spoilers for that, but I am going to share this piece because it's important to think about here. The Empire is coming into Lucis, really the Kingdom of Lucis, as they have done other nations, to harvest their demons, to assimilate them into their own army. And we know that MTs also have an element of humanity to them as well. So there's multiple things at play here. Scientific technology and research. Number 2, demon DNA. Number 3, human DNA of some kind, right? And we won't talk about that more. We'll talk about that more in the episode Prompto DLC. But when I talk to my class about this stuff, we spend a great deal of time in the unit that kind of goes over Hebrew history and Jewish history before we get into the game. And in there, we talk about what's known as the Babylonian exile, or the exilic period, when all of the Israelites are deported into Babylon. Here's what I want to say about that. After Israel is defeated and Judah is destroyed and a bunch of people are sent over to Babylon, Babylon is the reigning power. Here's what it says in the book of Daniel. And Daniel is written after Jerusalem has been taken and Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar is the power. Here's what it says. The king, Nebuchadnezzar, ordered Ashpenaz, the chief of his court officials, to bring into the king's service some of the Israelites from the royal family and the nobility. These were to be, listen to these qualifications, chap. These were to be young men without any physical defect, handsome, showing aptitude for every kind of learning, well-informed, quick to understand, and qualified to serve in the king's palace. And he was to teach them the language and the literature of the Babylonians. And the king assigned them a daily amount of food and wine from the king's table. They were to be trained for 3 years. And after that, they were to enter into the king's service. And then you get into the stories of you get into the stories of Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, also called Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, those stories are couched in the fact that they are exiled from Israel and did you notice the goal there? Babylon conquered Israel and then begins to assimilate their best and their brightest into the king's service. Do you see what's happening here? They're trying to assimilate the conquered people to strengthen themselves. This is so similar, chat, to what the Empire is doing in this game. They conquer Lucis, they conquer a people, and then they seek to assimilate its resources into their own, and maybe even harvest some of their people to turn them into MTs. Really, really fascinating stuff. It's not just Babylon that does this, but there's lots of cultures in the ancient Near East that do this kind of thing. The Empire has so many similarities with Babylon, and so many similarities with, quote, the enemies of Israel in the Old Testament in the Hebrew Bible, and it's a really, really fascinating thing to look at. So, Chad, if you are readers, if you're some of those that love the extra homework and stuff, I would encourage you to kind of pick up the book of Daniel, pick up 1 Samuel, pick up maybe some of Joshua as well, and learn about the Philistines, the Canaanites, learn a little bit about Babylon, and all of these others, to try to see how the Empire is this nice hodgepodge of all of these enemies. In fact, on Thursday, we're going to talk about some of the mythologies of some of those armies, enemy armies of Israel, okay? Some of those cultures of Israel, particularly those that Israel is constantly tempted to commit idolatry toward, okay? And that's going to be on Thursday's stream. But for tonight, I specifically want to say this. How does Babylon assimilate people into their courts? Well, it teaches them their literature, their customs, all that kind of stuff. They assimilate them into themselves, and this is exactly what Niflheim does as well. Using their technology, their prowess, combining it with this demonic sort of stuff, they're able to manipulate a people. Not all people, similar to Babylon, right? But there are some DNA. And ultimately, we'll talk way more about that to do that. Verstel Basithia is the chief researcher and Magitech researcher for for Niflheim, and very, very similar to either Ashpenaz or maybe even Nebuchadnezzar, and we'll certainly talk about that in episode Prompto. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? Is that good? Was that something neat, worth the cost of admission tonight? I love that. I love that similarity. With that, let's return to the entrance. Yeah, it's one of the more interesting things that I think. Good. Yeah, work with it and kind of think about those similarities for sure. It also comes to mind that Babylon, though it has its own host of gods, they really consider themselves to be on par with those gods that others worship. It's for that reason that Nebuchadnezzar erects a giant statue for people to bow down to his greatness and power. Again, we'll talk more about that in episode Prompto.
Fresh air.
Congrats. That concludes your training. You've still got a hard path ahead. But don't let anyone tell you
Babylon is
walk it.
fascinating. Fascinating.
You may have been hired under false pretenses, but your assistance was invaluable all the same.
Tell me something I don't know.
Remind me to tell you something
can
interesting
spare
about
the
Babylon and the
pleasantries.
Babylonian exile
Take care
before we get off
walking
stream
your
tonight.
path, Aranea.
It'll change the way you read
right.
the
Thanks.
Hebrew Bible
I
in
will.
the Old Testament.
And I'll train you some more if our paths cross again. Oh, and before I forget, His Excellency instructed me to give you boys a ride back. If you need a lift, feel free to hop on.
Well, glad that's over with.
Noct, I have just received word from Cindy.
And?
We're to return to Lestalem.
Lestalem.
Her friend works as an engineer at the power plant. She'll take care of the mithril.
Uh-huh. And that'll take care of our boat problem.
Once you're rested and ready, I suggest we hasten back to Lestalem. Make sure you're prepared.
To Lestalem.
Shame to say goodbye to such a
Nice fishing spot. She is a real one. Man, I could have used that ice brand in there, couldn't I? Hard edge. Okay. Yeah, let's give him that one. That'd be good. Gonna give him assassin's daggers. Big day for Ignis. So we buy him things. Big day for Prompto too. Oh my goodness, Gladio does not even have one of these. We have to give him one. He's not in our party right now, but... Okay, let's equip our friends real fast. So I can do some quick maintenance for our pals here. So strong. Oh my goodness. Never die again, these guys. Okay. So yeah, here's what I was going to say a few minutes ago about Babylon. A big thing that I tell my classes that is just a good lens and framing for reading the Hebrew Bible and the Old Testament is this. The great majority of the Old Testament was compiled by scribes and religious leaders during the Babylonian exile. Now, there were scripts, there were manuscripts, and mostly oral tradition that had been passed down through the ages. And that these scriptures were used, or these scriptural stories were used to identify the people, right? To have a law, to all this kind of stuff. But they were revisited, revised, and retold during the Babylonian exile. And here's the key. They were told in as a way of preserving them, but also as a way of explaining why we got here. And where is here? It's in Babylon. It's in that Babylonian exile. How did things go so wrong? So that's why when you get to Exodus, when you get to Deuteronomy, Joshua, the constant refrain is, if you follow God's laws that he gave you at Sinai, Mount Sinai, if you follow those things, you're going to keep the land and you're going to remain God's people. But if you don't, then the land will be taken from you. It'll be destroyed, and you'll go off course. So it's important to kind of read through Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, all of it, with the idea of, okay, how are they explaining how things went so terribly wrong for them. Because it's kind of a story of mourning. There's victories and there's defeats, but really it's a trying to explain things. The rise of prophets, the rise of kings, and the failure of the kings in that respect. And then how to look ahead to a king that's one day going to return to, or to arrive, to return the people of Israel back to their land and restore their national identity. That's the way to read the Hebrew Bible and especially the Messianic literature. It's the understanding of how are these people that have lost everything going to be a people again. Does that make sense, chat? That is the way to do it, the way to read these kind of difficult parts. And so I ask my students, when you read the laws, that a lot of people really get kind of bogged down in Leviticus and Numbers and Deuteronomy, if you read those things, you've got to read them in the tone of, okay, we're in exile, we're in Babylon, or we're in the desert, how do we live and move forward? It's on the front end of the promise and the back end of the promise after things fall apart. And what's the promise? That God will make you a people and give you a land in which to live. Okay. Are you with me, Chad? I know that we're getting kind of heady around here, but I want to make sure that you really, really get that stuff. Because it's key to this. If we're to relate it to Final Fantasy 15, you got to think of it in these ways. Niflheim comes in and destroys what? The capital. Destroys Insomnia, the capital, and the people scatter, and some are turning and joining with the Empire. We see that with Libertas and Kingsglaive. We see that with some deserters. But then you have Noctis, who is like, how do we reclaim these things? And even more than that, how do you maintain who you are when you don't even have a kingdom anymore? This is a very Babylon sort of thing. Yeah, sacking Jerusalem. That's exactly right, Amy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, with that, let's go chat with Aranea. I don't think that I have my copy of this, but Panda Bacon, you mentioned earlier what would be a suggested reading for this. There's a book called Readings from the Ancient Near East. It is my favorite comparison book that compiles everything from the Enuma Elish, the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Egyptian Atrahasis, all of these different kind of missive steels, all of these things that inform us, the archaeology that informs us into what people and cultures believe. Who is it? The author or the editor is a guy named Arnold. His last name is Arnold, but it's called Readings from the Ancient Near East, last name Arnold. So if you Google that, it's a yellow and blue and red cover, I think. Yeah, that's the one that you want to look at. Now, it's not going to have biblical comparisons, but it will have some things at the start of each one of them. Bill T. Arnold and Brian E. Beyer, yeah. At the beginning of each kind of chapter, it's going to say these are very similar to the flood narratives. This can tell you about the Epic of Gilgamesh. This is the easiest way to consume some of this stuff, and I highly, highly recommend it if you want some added reading. I'm actually putting together a ProfNoctis Amazon store where you can go and buy the recommended reading off of that store. Okay, so stay tuned. I'm going to try to get that out in the next week or so, but you can go over there and buy it from my storefront on Amazon, and also help support me while you're doing that. I don't get a huge kickback from Amazon, but it'll be something. So look forward to that. It'll be ProfNoctis' own sort of recommended reading list. Yeah, Prof storefront coming soon. So stay tuned, as well as the full integration of the logo and all that stuff.
Right? I'll take you
Let's
there,
finish
but
this
no
chapter
further.
real quick, and then I'll close out.
So, ready to ship out?
So ready.
You bet. Let's fly.
Hold on tight, boys.
Look at that!
A red ship.
Canes before games win. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's coming. It is coming. Well, yeah, so many people have questions. Oh, wow, that was the end of the chapter. So many people have questions of like, hey, where can I get some added reading and all this stuff? And I was like, you know what, let me just do this. So I applied with my YouTube and Twitch following to be kind of an Amazon affiliate influencer, right? And they said, yeah, that would be great. Have I thought about doing a Kickstarter? I haven't. I'll be honest with you. I'm not good at this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. Because ultimately, I think that we may be kind of onto something here, and I think that it's really, really cool. I think that there's a lot of people that want to elevate their gaming in the way that we try to do on this stream. I've said it before. I joked with Esper the other night. People don't watch me for gameplay. They watch me for insights. They watch me because they like the game and they want to take it to the next level. I want to help people love their games more, but this is a really cool story, chat, and you've been a part of this, so I don't mind sharing this with you. A couple of weeks ago, I had a woman DM me on Instagram, and she said, hey, you don't know who I am, and I don't really know who you are, but I found your channel because I was looking for things about Final Fantasy. And she said, my son, I think he's 11 years old, my son, he has just started being interested in Final Fantasy games, and I didn't know what they were about, so I wanted to look at them. And she had some concerns about the game, right? She said, you know, I'm a Christian woman. We're a Christian family, and I just don't know about this. Like, is it a good influence? Is it not? All these kind of things. And she said, She said, I've looked at a few of your streams, some small video things, and you seem to like be learned, researched, and really know about religion. So would this contradict what I'm trying to instill in my kids? So I responded, and I gave a long sort of thing, and I said, you know, here's my story. You know, my parents didn't know what they were buying me when they bought me video games. And I said, but I remember they rented Final Fantasy for me. They bought me a game called Illusion of Gaia, and maybe some of you Super Nintendo fans would remember that game. So, but I played those games, and I remember that's when I was introduced to my very first religious theology sort of stuff, mythology, and things like that. It was in Illusion of Gaia that I learned what the Nazca lines were in South America. It was through Mario 3 that I began to take an interest in the pyramids and Egypt. And when I would go to the library with my classmates on Thursdays when I was in elementary school, we were always invited, hey, go use the card catalog. And that was before, you know, we digitized everything. Go and use the card catalog and find some books. And you know what I would do? I would go look up things that I was finding in video games. This was me at 8, 9 years old. And so what I told this woman was, video games have the power to enhance what's already in a person. And so when it comes to Final Fantasy, I think that these are some of the best human stories of hope, of encouragement, of life and persistence and rebellion when appropriate, and standing up to powers that be. I think that there's a wonderful message. And I told her, you know, this is the game equivalent of Lord of the Rings or Chronicles of Narnia, which I knew would be kind of Christian toned books, right? And she and I shared a couple of videos with her from my content, and she said, you have no idea how much this is helpful to me, because there just aren't resources that help parents like me figure out what's best for our kids. You know, I was talking to since that conversation, I've had 3 other conversations with moms or a dad who were just like, my kid just plays Fortnite all the time. You play video games, and you seem pretty well balanced. You work out and all this kind of stuff. I just want to make sure my kid is well rounded. I'm not against video games, but I want to make sure they're more well rounded. And I was like, yeah. And it's all about how are you engaging with them. So, chat, I'm considering a number of things, but one of the things that I'm really considering is how can we help gamers elevate their games, number 1. Number 2, how can we help parents and families elevate their games so that they don't see it as a competition, but a complementing of their family life, of their of the hopes that they have for their families, right? Because for me, I know that games did that for me. And so that's the kind of thing that we're trying to do around here. We're trying to build a community that elevates gaming. You're not coming to me for gameplay. I don't want to give you gameplay. I suck at things, right? We have a lost counter that I can't even figure out because I'm that bad at technical things. But what I can do is help you appreciate the games that you love even more. And that's something that I think that could be really cool for all of us, right? So anyway, thank you for being a part. And that's where we are. With that sounds like a great place to end, and maybe a good thing for me to crop out and clip and like share. Hey, this is our brand over here. Anyway, it's been fun tonight. Thursday, by the way, we're going to be looking at some ancient Near Eastern mythology, some deities. So get ready for that one as we do the Gladio DLC. It's going to be really, really fun. So anyway, I hope that you have a phenomenal Tuesday. Rebirth awaits us all. So if you're going to play Rebirth, all that stuff. Oh, which reminds me, next week, I'm not putting out Chronicles of Rebirth this week. It's going to be next week. The reason is I got it late. Number two, I got, it's just a massive game. It's a massive game, but I am recording some things tomorrow, and those are going to come out next week while I'm on spring break. There won't be any streams next week, but I am going to put out that content. With that, everybody, have a phenomenal Tuesday, and I hope to see you on Thursday. Bye, you guys. Have the best week of your life. See ya.